So bedbug heat treatments are pretty foreign to most people. It's rare that I come across somebody who's had a heat treatment before and needs to get one again. The vast majority of my customers are getting a heat treatment for the first time. And so they usually have a lot of questions about the process, how it works, the steps they got to take to prepare, and quite frankly, just what it looks like. So I thought I'd put this video together of what it looks like to get a bedbug heat treatment. So this video here I took a few days ago. As you can see, this is the heater sitting right outside, right at the front door. Now it's a propane heater. Propane heaters have to be outside to operate properly and safely. Really, it's mostly a safety hazard. It's running on propane. The propane tank's behind it. You can kind of see that black hose attached to the heater right there. That is attached to the propane tank about 20 feet behind me, maybe 10 feet behind me. The fan itself that you see right there spinning, that is powered by electricity. Just a typical, outlet needs to plug into, and you'll get the fan going. So anyway, I got to get the heat to the room, so I have this ducting system right here, this tube about 18 inches wide that stretches from the end of the heater all the way up to whatever room I'm treating. So right now I'm going up the stairs and about to make this corner, and here it is, spitting out right onto the bed there. And when I first start a heat treatment, I kind of crank it up a little bit, just to kind of get it going, and then dial it back after I check it. So this is the first time I'm checking it, and I'm about to pull my thermometer out to make sure it's not too hot. And it is a little too hot. 180 degrees is pretty warm, but again, I just started at 158. That's a lot closer to what we want it to look like. And so after I took this video, I went down and I turned it down. And so then here we've got the fans blowing the heat in kind of a circular motion. So basically what I'm doing is I'm turning the house into a convection oven. Air that's moving gets a lot hotter than air that's stagnant. And it also allows allows me to eliminate any cool spots in the room, corners of the room, nooks and crannies in the mattress, box spring, frame, the closets. I'll have a fan blowing directly into closets, directly into bathrooms, wherever I need to blow it in order to get the heat where it needs to go to kill all the bed bugs. Bed bugs, they die immediately at 130 degrees. So yeah, 158, more than enough to kill bed bugs. But the thing is just because it's 130 degrees on the surface of a bed, box spring, or headboard in this case, doesn't mean it's 130 degrees, deep inside those nooks and crannies. So I like to get it up to about 150, maybe even 160 if it's a big couch with lots of big cracks and crevices, creases. So I get up to 150 to 160 to make sure that deep inside is at least that 130 degree temperature, which is that instant kill for bed bugs and their eggs and all life stages. So what I do is once I get to temperature, I maintain it for a bit, and then I move it to the next room, and I go room by room until I've treated every room in the house. The first room usually takes the longest because I'm starting at room temperature, maybe somewhere between 60 and 70 degrees depending on the time of year. But by the time I start the second room, it's usually already up over 100 degrees. And then once I'm at the last room, it can easily already be 130, 140 degrees in that room. So yeah, as I heat up it sounds weird heating up just one room at a time, but the entire house is getting hot all at once. It's just slower in rooms I haven't focused on yet. Yeah, so that's basically how a heat treatment works. I'm gonna go over how to prep a house next, because as hot as that is, there are some things you'll want to remove from a house, just whether it's for safety reasons or something you just don't want melting. Something with a low melting point. 150 degrees isn't gonna melt too many things, especially not like people ask a lot about their computers, electronics. 150 degrees isn't gonna hurt your electronics. I just never direct my heater at any electronics or anything important. But what I like to tell people is better be safe than sorry. If you're asking me about it, usually it probably means something to you. So just take it out, go stick it in the garage. Your TV doesn't have bed bugs on it, so if you want to go stick it in the garage to be safe, by all means, go for it. But it does help to be as clean and clutter-free as possible, because like I was saying, just because something's 130 degrees on a surface doesn't mean it's 130 degrees in the middle, especially like a big pile of clothes. It's really annoying to have to sift through clothes, make sure they're all good and hot. So I always recommend, any clothes that aren't hanging up, bag them up, run them through a dryer for an hour on high heat. It's going to save me a lot of time and make the treatment a lot more effective. But anyway, yeah, that's a bed bug heat treatment. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next video.